All right, so yesterday I said that if we saw the dollar start to come down relative to other major currencies within the DXY, we will begin to see gold and silver prices start to edge up. And we are seeing gold and silver prices edge back up again from the depths of last week. Now, yeah, silver did have a good week last week, but gold, on the other hand, dipped back into the 1700s towards the end of the week, but now is starting to build back up. And after the opening bell, you start to see it shoot up. Same thing with silver. Now, if you take a look at the DXY right now, it's at 90.98, has dipped back down into the 90 region, which is good to see for gold and silver. Before we were seeing it in the 91s last week, and it looked like it was on its way to get to the 92s. So it's nice to see it dip right back down. I also mentioned yesterday that I have some shares in a bearish dollar ETF called UDN, or that's its ticker symbol, UDN. I'm not recommending it. This is not investment advice. I'm just saying that that's what I've done, because in my head, I know that when the dollar starts to go down relative to the other major currencies within this index, we'll start to see gold and silver prices have an easier time in edging back up. Now, it's not just an environment with the dollar coming down. There are other variables you have to take in consideration. Obviously, we have a zero rate environment due to the federal funds rate, but also the U.S. 10-year Treasury note yield is starting to come down a little bit today, and that is probably also what's giving gold and silver a boost today. Now, it could start edging back up again later this week, as generally the environment to me appears to be somewhat risk on. But today we're seeing the U.S. 10-year Treasury note yield come down. So that's also helping to give gold and silver a lift today. Now, what we're also waiting on, obviously, is this. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, Biden's stimulus bill could help U.S. employment bounce back to normal by 2022. And within this article, she actually mentions that if we don't pass anything, then recovery could plod until 2025. That is a very long time. So if we take a look at what she has to say here, she's very, very, she really wants to push the nearly $2 trillion stimulus package. And Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia has also been on record in stating that he wants the stimulus checks to start phasing out around the $50,000 level. Well, recently, Janet Yellen has said that she's looking at $60,000. So I just want to give you guys that information in case that helps you at all, in case you're worried about where these levels start to phase out. But let's see exactly what she has to say here regarding this 2025 year, or the year 2025, if this bill doesn't pass. So here she says, if we don't provide additional support, the unemployment rate is going to stay elevated for years to come, Yellen said, citing a report from the Congressional Budget Office. Again, she says, it would take until 2025 to get the unemployment rate back to 4% again. We would have a long, slow recovery like we had after the financial crisis. So she really wants to push this, and likely it will come. Why am I bringing this up in a gold and silver video? Because as we know, the more fiat that's pumped into the system, the more that these puppies rise back up. So let me know what you think about the stimulus news. Let me know what you think about gold and silver coming up, and how I mentioned yesterday that if the dollar starts to come down a little bit more, it's going to help gold and silver prices come up. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion for goldandsilvertoday.com.